Midnight pressed heavy over Enugu at St. Patrick's Mortuary. The generator hummed like a restless animal, its echo filling the cold corridor. Samuel wiped sweat from his brow as he tucked open the freezer door. Mist rolled out, wrapping around his legs. He slid out the covered body and pushed it onto a trolley. His breath was loud, his pulse quick. Every sound, the squeak of the wheels, the dripping tap at the corner felt like a shout in the silence. He moved fast down the hall, past rows of cabinets holding the dead. His fingers trembled on the trolley handle. He hated this night, yet here he was again. A knock rattled the staff door. Samuel froze.
Who is there?
He called, voice strained.
It's Ben,
came the lazy reply of the night guard. Samuel cracked the door. Ben leaned against the frame, torchlights grazing his face.
You're still here? Mr. Williams said you closed. Power went out,
Samuel said quickly.
2 new bodies came late. I'm finishing the record.
Ben's eyes lingered.
Show me the log.
Samuel swallowed. He hurried to the desk, scribbled quick lines, and brought the book. Ben glanced, unimpressed.
You wrote in pencil. That's the drafts. Ink is in the morning,
Samuel replied. Ben stared a moment longer, then shrugged.
You get cigarettes?
Samuel shoved a half-pack into his hand. The guard pocketed it.
I didn't see you. You don't,
Samuel answered and shut the door fast. He wheeled the trolley to the back exit. Outside, the compound was cloaked in shadows. The cricket sang, a dog barked far away, then silence. A black SUV rolled up to the gate. The driver caught the engine. From the passenger side stepped a man in a white kaftan, tall, sharp-eyed, gold watch flashing faintly.
Is this him?
He asked in a low voice. Samuel nodded.
Accident victim. Clean face, just 2 days here.
The man pulled the black sheet. He studied the corpse's still face, the pale chest. His expression did not change. He let the clothes fall.
This will do,
he said.
Balance,
Samuel whispered. The man slid an envelope into Samuel's pockets, heavy, warm with cash. Together they lifted the body into the SUV. As they shifted it, a cracked phone tumbled from the sheets. Its screen lit faintly, showing the picture of a smiling woman holding a baby. Samuel hesitated, something tugged at his chest, but the man's sharp eyes caught him.
Throw it away,
he said coldly. Instead, Samuel slipped the phone back under the sheets. He could not explain why.
Remember,
the man murmured.
This body never existed here. You never saw me. I know the rules,
Samuel replied, voice tight. The SUV door shut, the engine rumbled, and the vehicle disappeared into the night. Samuel stood in the stillness, the envelope burning in his hand. His heart thundered, not from the deal, but from something else. The guilt he never spoke of. He returned to the staff room, shoved the envelope deep into his bag, and rubbed his hands as if the money itself was stained. His eyes lifted to the small fading photo of his late father, pinned on the wall. A weary face, eyes kind, yet tired.
I am trying,
Samuel whispered.
I am trying.
But the silence gave no answer. Across Enugu, the black SUV glided through empty streets until it reached a large compound. The gates opened and it rolled inside. The man in white, Chief Richard Obinna, ordered the driver to help him. Together they carried the corpse into a guest room. The air inside was heavy, the curtains drawn. They laid the body on the bed. Richard lit 2 candles on the table. Their small flames threw long shadows. From a pouch, he brought a red string, a pinch of grey powder, and a folded paper covered with strange writing. He placed them beside the corpse.
3 nights,
he muttered.
Only 3.
The room grew colder. The flames flickered. Richard leaned forward, staring at the body. For a long while, nothing. Only the steady drip of wax. Then, the corpse's eyes trembled. Slowly, they opened. 2 pale eyes fixed on him. Richard's breath caught in his throat. The next morning at St. Patrick's Mortuary, the day began with footsteps, whispers, and the smell of incense from the nearby chapel. The Okoye family arrived in a small convoy of cars. Their eldest son, Chuka, led the way, his jaw tight. Behind him came his mother, wrapped in black lace, her face hidden in a veil. They had come for Emmanuel, their brother, their son, whose sudden death had shaken the household. Inside, Samuel sat at the reception desk, staring too long at the empty ledger. His eyes burned from lack of sleep, but his nerves burned more from fear.
Excuse me,
Chuka said sharply.
We are here for Emmanuel Okoye. We have come to prepare his body for burial.
Samuel's hand froze on the book. He forced a smile, though his stomach twisted.
One moment.
He flipped through the pages, pretending to check. His hands were slick with sweat. The name stared back at him in his own false scribble. Chuka leaned forward.
Where is he?
Samuel swallowed.
I will confirm.
He left the desk and hurried into the cold room. The sight of the empty freezer mocked him. The sheet was gone. The space was too clean. His breath quickened.
Samuel!
A voice barked from the door. It was Mr. Williams, the head mortician, a tall, grey-haired man whose eyes saw through excuses.
Why are the Okoye still waiting? Show them their son.
Samuel hesitated.
There seems to be a small mix-up. I will sort it out.
Williams' eyes narrowed.
Mix up?
He stepped into the freezer room, scanning the rows. His gaze settled on the empty space.
Who signed this out?
Samuel dropped his eyes.
No one, sir. Maybe it was moved.
Before Williams could speak, another figure leaned on the doorway. Peter. He folded his arms, his marks sharp.
Maybe someone should explain better. He worked late last night.
Samuel's heart stopped. Williams turned.
What is he talking about?
Peter shrugged.
I saw him moving around after midnight. He said it was record work, but his pause was deliberate. Bodies don't move themselves.
Williams' face darkened.
Samuel, I will ask one last time. Where is Emmanuel's body?
From the corridor, the wailing of the Okoye's mother carried in.
Where is my child? Show me my son.
Samuel gripped the freezer door until his knuckles whitened. Words failed him. Across town, Chief Obina's mansion was silent. Curtains were drawn, the air thick. The guest room held its new occupants. Obina sat rigid in a chair, his eyes bloodshot from a night without sleep. Candles burned to stars beside the bed. He had had noises all night, soft shifts, faint breathing, but each time he checked, the corpse lay still. Now, as daylight crept through the cracks, he dared to close his eyes. The silence broke. The mattress creaked. Obina's eyes snapped open. The body no longer lay flat. Emmanuel sat upright on the bed, his head tilting unnaturally to the side, lips curved in a faint mocking smile. The phone under the sheets buzzed once, though it had no power. Obina gripped the arms of the chair, frozen. He wanted to run, but the warning of his occult master echoed in his mind. Endure the fear. If you flee, you are finished. Sweat rolled down his neck. The corpse turned its face slowly, its pale eyes locking with his. Obina's lips moved without sound. The eyes did not blink. Back at St. Patrick's, the Okoye family crowded the reception. Voices rose, fists slammed tables, curses filled the air.
You have sold him?
Chuka shouted.
Tell us who bought our brother.
Williams raised his hand.
Calm yourselves, we will investigate. No one lives onto this is Clade.
Samuel stood behind the desk, trembling. Peter brushed past him, whispering low so only Samuel heard.
You see, they know. If you don't cut me in, I will tell them everything.
Samuel's eyes flicked to the family, to Williams, to Peter's slight grin. His words shrank. The cries of the Okoyes grew louder, filling the mortuary with grief and anger. That night in Chief Obina's house, Emmanuel's corpse lay flat again, but when Obina checked the mirror on the wall, the reflection showed the body still sitting upright, staring at him. Inside his small rented room, Samuel tossed on his bed, unable to sleep. The brown envelope of money lay under his pillow, heavy as guilt. He shut his eyes. He tried to hear something but the hum of his ceiling fan. Yet, the silence pressed too close, like someone was in the room with him. Then, cold air swept across his chest. Samuel's eyes shut open. At the foot of his bed stood a figure. It was Emmanuel. His skin pale, his eyes wide, lips moving without sound. Samuel gasped, scrambling back against the wall.
No! No! No!
The girl's voice came at last, low and broken. Return me. Samuel screamed. He threw the pillow at the figure, but it vanished. The room fell still again. Only the money remained, stuffed under his pillow like a curse. The next morning, Samuel stumbled into the mortuary, eyes bloodshot. Peter was waiting.
You look terrible,
Peter said with a smirk.
Rough night? Leave me.
Samuel muttered. Peter leaned closer.
Not until you pay me what's mine. Do you think I don't know what you did? The family is tearing this place apart. Mr. Williams will soon hand you to the police. Unless
He tapped Samuel's back.
you cut me in.
Samuel's hand shook on the strap.
This isn't a game, Peter. You don't understand. Oh, I understand.
Peter said.
You were scared and I like it.
Before Samuel could reply, Mr. Williams entered, his voice sharp.
Both of you into my office now.
Inside, the old man's eyes blazed.
The Okoes are threatening to bring police and journalists. Do you realize what that means? Our jobs, our licenses, this mortuary finished.
He glared at Samuel.
You worked last night. Tell me the truth. Where is the boy's body?
Samuel opened his mouth. Nothing came. The memory of Emmanuel's ghost choked him.
I don't know.
He whispered. William slammed his fist on the table.
Lies will kill you faster than the truths. If you are involved, Samuel, God help you.
That night, Samuel sat alone in the staff quarters, trembling. He buried his face in his hands. Memories flooded him, the kind he had fought to bury. Years ago, his father had died after a long illness. Samuel had watched as debt collectors carried away furniture, even the old bed where his father once slept. His mother wailed until her voice broke. Samuel promised himself he would never be poor like that again. When he got the mortuary job, it felt like steady income. But one evening, a man approached him with an offer, money in exchange for a body no one would miss. Samuel had refused at first, but rent piled, bills grew, and hunger gnawed. So he gave in. One deal became another. Soon the whispers spread. Samuel can supply. He had told himself it was only business. The dead didn't care. But now, Emmanuel's ghost had come, and Samuel knew the dead did care. In Chief Obina's mansion, the haunting worsened. Obina sat in his living room, clutching a glass of brandy, his hand shaking. From the guest room came sounds, footsteps, dragging clothes, faint whispers. He rose, each step heavy. He pushed open the door. The corpse lay flat, eyes shut. But in the mirror above the dresser, the reflection showed Emmanuel standing by the window watching. Obina stumbled back, clutching his chest. His brandy spilled on the carpet. The reflection smiled at him, though the body on the bed never moved. His occult master's warning echoed in his head. Endure the fear, do not run. Obina gritted his teeth.
3 nights,
He whispered.
only 3.
Back in the mortuary, Samuel lay awake in the staff bed, clutching his rosary, though he hadn't prayed in years. The lights flickered. A whisper crawled into his ear.
You sold me.
Someone leapt up, shouting,
Leave me! I am sorry, please!
but the only reply was the slam of a freezer door down the corridor. His legs buckled. He fell to his knees, sobbing. At church that night, Emmanuel's younger sister collapsed during prayers. Her eyes rolled white as she screamed.
My brother's body is locked in Chief Obina's house.
By dawn, the Okoye family's house in Achara layout buzzed with tension. Neighbors gathered at the gates, whispering about the daughter's collapse in church. Some said it was ordinary fainting. Others swore it was possession. But everyone agreed on one thing. Emmanuel's spirit was restless. Inside, Mrs. Okoye sat on the floor, rocking back and forth. Her hair tie hung loose, her eyes swollen from tears.
My son is not at peace,
She murmured.
Whoever took his body will not know rest.
Her eldest shook her clenched his fist.
We will not keep quiet. If the hospital will not tell us, we will drag them to court or to the shrine.
At St. Patrick's mortuary, Samuel dragged himself through the morning routine. His eyes were hollow, his body heavy. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw Emmanuel standing in his room, whispering, "Return me." Peter's mark followed him through the hall.
Rough night again?
He asked, his tone playful but sharp. Samuel ignored him, scrubbing at a trolley. Peter leaned closer.
The ghost is after you, not me. Share the money and maybe I will help you cover your tracks.
Samuel snapped, his voice low and desperate.
If you talk again, Peter, I swear.
Before he could finish, Mr. Williams entered, his presence like a storm.
Enough of this nonsense. The Okoyes are demanding police investigation. Do you two understand what that means? If one body is missing, the entire mortuary is in trouble.
He jabbed a finger at Samuel.
And you? If I found out you are avoiding this madness, your life will be over.
That night, stranges began inside the mortuary. The corridor lights flickered, though the generator ran steady. Doors opened on their own. The staff swore they heard footsteps dragging behind them, though no one was there. Peter laughed it off.
The place is just old.
Across town, Chief Obinna grew restless. He had lasted 2 nights with the corpse, but the third weighed on him like chains. He sat in the guest room staring at the body. The foam beneath the sheet buzzed again, though the battery had long been dead. The corpse's lips twitched, forming words Obinna could not hear. Suddenly, the curtains rustled, though the windows were shut. The candles flared and died, plunging the room into darkness. When light returned, Emmanuel's body was still on the bed, flat and unmoving. Obinna stumbled out of the room, clutching his chest, sweat pouring down his face.
3 nights,
he muttered, shaking.
Just 1 more night.
At the mortuary, Samuel could no longer hold himself together. He grabbed Peter by the arm in the corridor.
Stop this blackmail. The ghost is real, Peter. He came to me. He is here in this place.
Peter smirked.
Then maybe he will come for me next.
Samuel's voice cracked.
Don't joke. If I don't return him, I am finished.
Peter's eyes narrowed.
Then tell Williams, tell the family, tell everyone you sold the corpse for a pocket of cash. Do you want that?
Someone shoved him away, trembling. But Peter wasn't finished. That evening, when William sat in his office, Peter leaned in and whispered,
Sir, I think someone knows what happened. He has been hiding something.
William's face hardened.
If that boy is guilty, I will drag him to the police myself.
That same night, the mortuary grew heavy with silence. Samuel walked alone, mopping the corridor. The bulbs flickered, water dripped steady. Then he heard it, a low whisper crawling along the walls. You sold me. He spun around. The corridor was empty. He pushed the mop forward, heart hammering. The whisper came again, closer. You will pay. The freezer door banged open at the end of the hall. A cold wind rushed out. Someone dropped the mop and ran, stumbling into the staff quarters. His breath came hard, his body shaking. He locked the door, pressing his back against it. The silence pressed in. Then, 3 slow knocks at the door. Samuel froze. A voice seeped through the wood, calm and heavy. I am waiting. Back at the Okoye family home, the daughter woke from her trance. Her voice not her own. She looked at her mother and whispered, He sleeps in Chief Obinna's house. Her body went limp. The room fell into screams. That night, Samuel sat in the staff quarters, staring at the rosary in his hands. He muttered prayers he had long forgotten. The air shifted suddenly. Bang! The freezer doors in the cold room slammed open at once. The echo rattled through the halls. Samuel ran to the corridor, his chest heavy. The mortuary lights flickered violently, plunging everything into strobe flashes. Through the burst of lights, he saw them, corpses shifting on their slabs, limbs twitching, eyes fluttering open.
God forbid!
One of the attendants screamed, dropping his tray as he bolted outside. Mr. Williams stormed in, his face pale but defiant.
What is happening here?
His voice shook more than he intended. Then the whisper came, deep, hollow, carried by the walls. Return me. Everyone froze. The cold beat through their bones. Samuel clutched his head, shouting,
I didn't mean to. Forgive me.
Williams turned to him, eyes wide.
What do you mean, Samuel? Speak!
Before Samuel could answer, Peter stepped forward, voice sharp.
He saw the body. I saw him. He's the one who did this.
The room erupted with gasps. William's face twisted with rage.
Is it true?
Samuel stammered, But before the words could form, the lights blew out completely, plunging them into darkness. In the pitch black, Emmanuel's ghost appeared, pale, glowing faintly, his eyes burning. Everyone screamed. When the light snapped back, the ghost was gone, but the warning lingered in the silence. In Chief Obinna's mansion, the ritual spiraled out of control. On the 3rd night, he sat trembling in the guest room, candles circling the corpse. His occult master's instruction rang in his head. 3 nights beside the dead. Do not flee, do not break. But Obinna could no longer endure. Emmanuel's body no longer lay still. At midnight, it rose and sat upright on the bed, staring at him with lifeless eyes. The phone hidden under the sheets buzzed again, vibrating across the mattress. This time, the screen lit on its own, showing the picture of Emmanuel's family. Then the corpse spoke. Its voice was Emmanuel's, low and broken. Your covenant is with death, and death has come for you. Obinna screamed, stumbling back against the wall. He tried to recite the incantations, but his tongue twisted, the words breaking. Suddenly the candles blew out. In the darkness he heard footsteps circling him. Cold fingers brushed his shoulder. He collapsed to his knees, shaking, whispering,
No! No! No!
When the light flickered back, the corpse was gone from the bed. Obinna turned and found Emmanuel standing behind him, smiling. Back at the mortuary, chaos spread like fire. The Okoye family arrived with elders and community leaders, demanding answers. They shouted in the courtyard, calling Samuel a thief, a seller of the dead. Williams dragged Samuel before them, his patience gone.
Speak now, or I hand you to the police.
Samuel broke. He fell to his knees, tears streaming.
I didn't mean for this to happen. I only wanted to survive. They offered me money and I...
His words cracked.
I sold him.
Gasps filled the air. The Okoye mother let out a cry that pierced the compound. Chuka surged forward, trying to strike Samuel, but elders held him back.
Bring my brother back.
Chuka roared. Samuel sobbed.
I can't. I don't know how.
At that moment, Peter smirked, stepping into the circle.
Now you see the truth. He is the criminal, not me.
But before anyone could answer, a gust of cold wind swept the yard. Emmanuel's voice filled the place. All of you will pay. The crowd screamed, scattering in terror. Even the elders staggered back, fear etched on their faces. Sam fell flat on the ground, covering his ears. Peter trembled, his smirk gone. For the first time, he realized this was beyond human greed. Later that night, Samuel, desperate and broken, stumbled through the dark streets until he reached Chief Obinna's mansion. He banged on the gate, crying,
Please, give him back. We are all finished if you don't.
The gate opened slowly, got into Chief Obinna's compound. His breath racked. The gate clanked shut behind him as if sealing his fate. The air was thick, unmoving, heavy with the smell of candle wax and something rotten. At the veranda, the driver's body lay sprawled, eyes open, lips frozen in a silent scream. Samuel's stomach turned, but he forced himself forward. The front door creaked open before he could touch it, and there, standing in the shadows, was Chief Obinna. His once polished kaftan was stained. His gold watch hung loose on a trembling wrist. His face looked carved from stone, drained of life. Beside him stood Emmanuel's corpse, upright, smiling faintly. Samuel fell on his knees.
Please, I beg you, give him back. The family is broken. The mortuary is cursed. I am finished, please.
Obinna's voice came out like gravel.
I tried. 3 nights I endured him. But the covenant has turned. Instead of wealth, death has come.
Samuel shook his head violently.
No, it's not too late. We can return him to his people. We can.
The corpse took one slow step forward. Its eyes locked on Samuel. The voice filled the room, hollow and deep. You sold me. You traded my peace. Now your peace is gone. Samuel screamed, scrambling backward. Obinna clutched his chest, gasping.
I gave him money. I gave him shelter. Why is he not satisfied?
The corpse's lips moved again, but this time the voice thundered through the entire house. Because the dead are not merchandise. The lights exploded, plunging the mansion into darkness. When dawn broke, the people of Enugu gathered outside Obinna's compound. Rumors had already spread. Neighbors heard screams, saw shadows through the windows, smelled smoke. But mid-morning, the gates opened. Police entered. What they found chilled every soul present. Chief Obinna lay dead in his bed, eyes wide with terror. His gold watch clenched in his fists, and beside him, Emmanuel's body resting at last, still and quiet, as though it had only just been laid to sleep. But Samuel was not with them. 2 days later, his body was discovered near the mortuary gates. He lay flat on the ground, his eyes open, mouth stuffed with crumbled naira notes soaked in blood. In his stiffened hand was the envelope Obinna had once given him. The city erupted with fear. Some said Emmanuel's ghost had dragged him there. Others whispered that the spirits of the dead he had sold had come for him altogether. Whatever the truth, No one dared deny that his fate was sealed the moment he sold the sacred for silver. The Okoye family buried Emmanuel with prayers and songs of grief. Yet, even as the coffin was lowered, many villagers glanced over their shoulders, fearful that his spirit still walked among them. Mrs. Okoye, her voice hoarse from crying, lifted her hands to the sky.
Let this be the last time any man dares trade in death. The dead must rest.
Here is the moral of the story. Greed blinds the living, but the dead see clearly. What belongs to the grave is sacred. When men sell what should be at rest, both wealth and life will be swallowed by the very darkness they served. Hello fam, thank you for watching through to the end of this video. Please consider subscribing to our channel if you are yet to do that. Like and share this video, and until we meet on our next story, bye.